At Monovan Digital, we help businesses navigate the digital landscape. We recognize that it is crazy out there. So many channels, so many platforms, so many things to think about while managing the day-to-day operations of your business. We provide you with actionable solutions to market your business online and achieve your business goals. Hello, and welcome to the Top 7 Digital Marketing Trends at 7 p.m. I am Tamara Molawi, founder of Monovan Digital Marketing Solutions. And you know it, we help businesses navigate the digital landscape. This week is exciting stuff. We have a lot of exciting stuff. We are talking content creation this week with Fit with CJ, you know, my co-host from Clubhouse. So super excited, but just let me give you a quick recap. We here at Monovan Digital are hosting a digital marketing bootcamp. Okay, so what does that mean? We are working with businesses. We're working with 4 businesses, and we are connecting them with each and every expert in the digital marketing stratosphere. Let's just say that. We're making sure that they get all the right experts to help them pull together their digital marketing plans. And can I tell you, it has been so much fun. But you see these businesses growing week after week after week, really putting in the work. The first week they met with Jamila and they did branding. Then they met with Maria and they talked about their design and all the elements, all the colors, all the fonts, making sure to solidify that branding. Then they met with Michelle and they talked target audience and pricing. It was, you know, they just kept going and going. And each week they were like building and building. They met with me. We did a digital marketing plan. We did their online assessment. Favor did their SEO last week. And this week we have Fit with CJ with us. And he is going to be talking to them about content creation. I think he might be having some technical difficulties, but he is working it out. So I'm going to fill in the meantime. I am so excited to have CJ here. You know what? CJ is one of the best content creators out there. If you check him out on Instagram, it is hilarious, but he really pushes us to think about content in a really different way, really simplifying it, right? Don't think about creating content. Think about how you're documenting and how you're, you know, really capturing the moment and then pulling those things together in the end to tell a story. All right, so I have had enough time to fill. Let's bring the man of the hour to the stage.
Yo, Tamara, look, technical difficulties, but we're going to be here regardless. I'm on my phone. Let's go. We're here at the top.
I'm super excited to be here with you.
You guys see my laptop? You see what I'm saying? My laptop is going crazy, but it doesn't matter. We're making it work.
You're making it work. You are making it work. Where are you? What country are you in?
Yeah, I know, right? I am in Philadelphia right now. I'm in Philadelphia.
Right.
So
all right.
I'm in your neck of the woods up here.
Yup, you close enough. I love that. So CJ, what was it like working with the businesses this week? They were so different, right?
Oh, they were so different. And you know what I noticed this time, you know, Tamara, is that we were like started from ground zero a lot. We were starting from ground zero, and it was so exciting. You know what I mean? To start from ground zero, and there's so much opportunity and potential when you start from that, because it's like, okay, you haven't dove in deep over years worth of stuff to kind of reverse. We're starting ground fresh, and I was like, oh, I'm excited. You know what I mean? We could come up with this plan from the beginning.
Yep. It's almost like you get to kind of give them that blueprint and really help have that impact. And again, you see how they've been doing the work, right? They have their plans. They kind of understand what's going on. And now it's just about connecting the dots. So of course you have to come to the top 7 and drop the top 7. So important. You know what? Let's drop the top 7. Then we'll go to the chat, because you know, the people are excited that you're here. You know, you're famous in these neck of the woods. Right? You're like a celebrity. All right, so here's your top 7. Go for it, CJ.
Okay. So the top 7 today is number 1, be social. The first word of social media is be social, and we talked a lot about Instagram and TikTok with the businesses this week and social media, and that is the number 1 thing. Be social, be active, be on the program, be on the platforms, and introduce yourself to people and have conversations. Don't just post and run. Don't post and forget it. Be social on social media. Number 2, spend less time thinking and more time creating, because a lot of people get into roadblocks, and we were talking about this week with not only the businesses working with this week, but in general, that's one of the roadblocks that people run into, spending more time thinking about, oh, what I should do, what I could do, what I want to do. Well, let's just get in there and just start creating, and we can perfect things later. Let's spend less time thinking and more time creating. Number 3, short form is more popular and easier to make. So short form content is, as we always say in the top 7 and 7, it is the number one thing. Anything from 10 to 15 seconds, great for Reels, great for TikTok, and it's easier to make because you don't have to make these long 60-second, 2-minute promos all the time. 10, 15 seconds is all you need, and it's more popular. All right, number 4, more video content. I know over just doing a lot of audits recently and things, I'm seeing a lot of static flyers. When flyers, for example, don't need to be static. For example, when you're doing promotions, you can actually easily animate things in Canva, InShot, put graphics, jiffies, things that bring motion, things that bring people's attention. So even if it's a flyer that you want people's attention, we want that to still be a video by some type of animation in there, some type of video content. It doesn't have to be you in front of the camera. It just needs to be moving, something animated, more video content. Number 5, use free editing tools available on Instagram and TikTok. Yes, Instagram and TikTok give you editing tools on the platform. Utilize those. You don't have to start out with a big investment in a whole bunch of third-party different platforms. You can utilize the platforms on Instagram. Like if you guys look at my most recent Reels, things like that, where I'm doing these cool graphics like Dr. Strange and all these cool examples, that's done right there on Instagram. You don't have to pay for it. Right? Instagram and TikTok give you the tools. Number 6, batch your content. It's always important to have that plan. So for one, when things go wrong in your life or whatever, business, whatever, so you're not working always in the business, batch the content so the business and the content continue to running even when you're not constantly making content. And number 7, social media is an extension of your business. Don't just think of it as, hey, I'm just posting to sell, or I'm just posting for awareness. It is actually a part of your business, an extension where people go for outreach, people go for questions, people go for customer service. Think of it like that as well. Think of social media as an extension of your business. That's the top 7 today, Tamara. Uh-oh, the audio. What did I do? The audio is gone. What happened? Here we go.
Yeah, it is all me. I was like, woo, do we have some horns back there? We need some horns. All right, we have to go to the chat and see what the folks are saying. All right, so Amy's giving us some hearts. Michelle's like, hi there, Tamara. Carla is saying hello. CJ, the content king. CJ.
What's up, Michelle?
CJ in the building. Carla is saying hi.
It.
Hello, Dixie. The top 7 is saying hello, everyone. Thanks for joining. Byron is here tonight. Thank you. Thanks for joining.
The top 7 can talk? Wow. Who knew?
Chef is apparently praying at this point. I'm revitalized just hearing that.
Awesome.
You charge up and ready to go. So, all right. So we're going to bring Jamie to the stage. I know she was having some technical difficulties, but we're pushing through tonight because that's what it is when you're going live, right? Stuff happens. We're going to push through and we're going to make it happen. Hello, Jamie. How are you?
I am good. I'm on location too tonight.
I feel you. You're on location in your car. All right, you're pulling over. All right, let's
let her pull over. But
let's give her a chance to pull over and make sure she is safe. All right, so CJ, let's talk about working with Jamie, okay? And what was it like? Because her business it's eco-friendly. It's all about eco-friendly cleaning products. It's all about that sustainability. I mean, she has so much cool stuff. I've actually been using it. I've been using like the makeup wipes. I've been using the microfiber cloths. Like this stuff is really, really good. So what did you think about her online presence and how she could create better content?
And I was prepared for this tomorrow because I'm prepared. So I took my notes with Jamie and I asked 3 questions. I said, hey, what are 3 roadblocks, Jamie? Because, I wanted to make sure these were intentional things that we were going to work through so we can get action on it right away. You there, Jamie? You pulled over?
I'm here, yes.
Cool.
I made it. So sorry.
No, you're good. So tell me this, Jamie. Tell me when we were just going over what it was like working with you on, things we were talking about. We talked about some of the things that you wanted to work on was getting more traffic to your page. We talked about having more reels on your page, and we talked about the branding and everything as far as how you wanted to move out the message of the importance of what you were doing and why you were doing it. So you want to just give a little bit more feedback on that? I think she's froze. So Tamara, don't worry about it. So here's the thing. So what happens when we work with Jamie? I said, hey, Jamie, tell me, what is the purpose behind your business? What is the reason for you doing what you're doing, right? And so when she gave it to me, I said, give it to me in less than 60 seconds. And she gave it to me in less than 60 seconds. I was like, okay, so that's nowhere on your page, though. That's not on your page. I can't see. So let's put it on your page. Let's get it out there, right? Take that 60 seconds, and now let's get that message out there and why it's so important to you. You there with us, Jamie? Because I want to get you while you have a good signal.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jamie.
Oh, yeah. See that.
Yeah.
Hey, we're pushing through. We're pushing through. But you see why I did that, Tamara, was really because it was like the message of the purpose of her brand and why she created it and why it was so important for her. It wasn't really resonating on a page. So I talked about how we can, for one, you already know my favorite, use Instagram guides. We can use Instagram guides, bring that message to the forefront, but then also take that message that she gave me of why her purpose and everything and put it into different reels, different pieces of content. And it doesn't always have to look the same, and it doesn't always have to be reels. Some of it could be digital flyers, like I talked about, animated digital flyers, getting that message out there in different ways multiple times over and over, because we always say just because somebody sees something once doesn't mean that they don't need to see it again. And it doesn't mean that everyone has seen it.
Right. 100%. It does not mean that everyone has seen it. Jamie, are you back with us? Can you hear us? We see you slowly driving away. I don't know that she can hear us.
No, I don't think she can. But at the same time, we can still see her. So we see her smile.
You just stay there. Just keep smiling. It's perfect. I love it. You know what, CJ? We have a question in the audience, right? So in the comments, does your video need to be perfect? I love that question. And hello, thanks for joining us. Does your video need to be perfect? Because you were talking to Jamie and talking about those 60 seconds clips. So what does it need to be perfect?
And here's the thing. There's no such thing as perfect. There's no such thing. So that's the first thing to define. And so that's who actually asked that question. I want you to follow up with that. What is perfect? But with the example is like when you talk about editing, you talk about being, how things, graphics can be shifted around and things like, honestly, and I've said this before in the top 7, even with businesses in the past, is that the most viral videos are not perfect. They usually misspell. I can show you a video today that I saw. It had like 20,000 shares, and it had a misspelled word in the caption. It's like, what? So the answer is no. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Right. Please check your spelling. It does not need to be perfect.
You don't want to go viral with a misspelled word.
You don't. But what we want it to be really authentic. And I think Jamie has the opportunity to do that with her product, right? Because she's really talking about sustainable cleaning products for your home to get rid of toxins in your home, right? And these products are awesome. They're good for animals. If you have kids around, they're fine. So really being able to get that message across. And I don't know if you looked at her Facebook and some of the things she's doing on Facebook. She has a definitely a different vibe on Facebook, and there's more energy and more engagement there. And she could really leverage some of that information and transfer it over to Instagram, the reels. I mean, one day she was vacuuming the bed, the mattresses, right? And apparently, it's a thing, you vacuum the mattress, and it took her like 4 minutes to do it. And it probably was just like so good for the kids, you know what I mean? And I was like, when I saw that, I was just like, man, that's stuff that she could be using in reels to just show.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Like, right?
Showcase that. And like you said, for Facebook, we did talk about utilizing some of that content that's on her Facebook on Instagram. You don't have to redo everything at every time. For I said, if you have that, we can chop it up in different ways. And so we actually talked about some tools she can use as well, as far as like InShot and different tools and things like that. And so, yeah, just like you said, Tamara, like taking what you already have on Facebook and you using something like InShot, you can make it the right ratio and make it fit. So we can always play with that. And so with that being said, I think she's going to do amazing. We came up with a calendar of a content schedule for her on each day of the week. By the way, every business, brother, listen, trust me, Tamara, we went in. Every day of the week, I know which day of the week that Jamie's supposed to be posting. I'm on it. I'm
You,
on it.
I know you are. She doesn't even know. You are on it. So Aloma is saying Jamie's looking for a signal. Thank you.
There she is. She's looking for a signal.
Kathora, I hope I'm saying that right. She's saying hello. And Dixie Ann is asking lighting, how you look a background. Man, think of, you should get good lights. You can get some cheap lights on Amazon, get that lighting working, get a good background. Do you see my background, TJ? What do you think about my background?
I love it. I love your background. How about my background?
Your background is working. You know what I'm saying?
I will tell you this. Oh, just so it's the person who asked that question. Look, this is how creative you get. You see this? I just moved this from the corner of the hotel room. Okay, we just make it work. Just so you know, there's no such thing as perfect. You see my setup? It's a laptop. You just make it work.
You make it work. All right. Well, I know Jamie had some technical difficulties and she's probably not going to come back with us, but that's all right. We got through. We definitely know what Jamie is going to do. So we will talk about it. We'll be looking at her profile. So I know you had a chance to meet with Uche, and Uche was, Uche's a different type of business. You know what I mean? Monovan Digital has been so excited to just partner with him and work it through with him, as a non-for-profit, the work he's doing. I mean, unbelievable, the storytelling opportunities. I mean, what did you think when you met with Uche?
It was surprising, to be honest with you, Tamara, because it was like, wait a second. Not only is this, a nonprofit, so it's totally different, but it was like, okay, the images I was getting to see how they're working in the field and how they, teaching people, these different skills out there in the garden and stuff like that. I was getting so inspired. I was like, oh my God, I need to go out there and help them. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to go help.
We gotta go. That's the trip we need to put together and go to Nigeria. We gotta go, right? We gotta go help, man. I feel the same way. So Amy, you remember Amy? Mm-hmm. Amy's here. Amy was the one who connected us with Uche because Amy has been working with Uche. And once I heard his story, the things he was doing, I was just like, man, he's perfect for this. Yes. We've been really working to kind of help him move the business forward. And we've been doing some of the implementation along the way as well, just as a part of a give back. So what did you, when you saw the imagery, what came to mind?
So to be honest, the first thing I talked about was I saw your question. I said, okay, where are the images coming from? Because I could tell an inconsistency of quality, right? I could see it was one quality here and then another one. So I began to learn like some of these images were not even taken by him and his team. It's by other people that took images and sent to him. Right. So then I was just seeing that different quality and things like that. And then I was also thinking, I was saying, okay, could we get, some of the videos that I was seeing, they were a little bit on the longer side to get to the energy. So the point, like one video, it was like a black screen and it was like, a caption that was moving. And I said, hey, it was about 7 or 8 seconds before I actually got to the action and see what was happening, seeing the education that was happening. We want to move it a little bit faster. So it was a great opportunity to, say, hey, this is how we want to edit it. And so it was a great conversation because it was like, not only did he pick up on that, but I said, hey, let's follow up with another call and we're going to meet with him and he's going to get some other people on his team and we're going to do like an in-shot thing and I'm going to show them how we're going to edit it and make it, smooth it over a little bit.
Listen, you know what I love about this? Every expert has actually given back to Uche and his non-for-profit. Every expert just on their own has given back. And I really love and appreciate that you're doing that because he needs all the help he can get. And he's going to take all the help he could get. So I really appreciate you going the extra step. But you know what? Uche got a chance to send over. We always get a little bit of a audio clip from him. You know what I'm saying? He can't be here. So we have to improvise. So let's hear what Uche.
With CJ was quite interactive, where we discussed a few topics on content creation. So we talked about frequency in posting and then having an engaging caption. And then he also showed me a few things on how to create a video using Instagram Reel. And we hope to start doing something on that. But I also made him to understand that we're actually lacking the manpower to implement some of these things. Hopefully, we see how we can be able to implement these things in a very short time. But it was a very nice conversation, and he's such a nice guy, and I look forward to having other sessions where we could experiment or practicalize some of the things he had taught us. I also want to give thanks to Tamara and her team for everything. And as you know, that campaign is yet to fully kickstart. due to few things that are pending. But we hope very soon all these things will be resolved, which will help us to reach our goal. So I thank CJ and I thank the entire team that is helping us to achieve our goal. My meeting with
Oh man.
That was awesome. That was awesome. And like one of the points he brought up there was the manpower conversation. And I said, hey, here's how we're going to make it easier. And I said, okay, what is the hours that you actually can commit to, you know, to this, and how many hours are you committing? It was about like saying, how can we take from this, whatever he's at now, and shorten that some type of way, right? So I think, you know, working with him, showing him some video editing tips, things like that, saying how the content can be stretched. It doesn't have to be 45 seconds. Let's take that 45 seconds and make it 2 20-second ones, right? And showing them those type of things, how to leverage the captions better. It's going to hopefully shorten his time, not only, hopefully 75%. I want to cut that all the way down.
Right. Oh man, CJ. I feel like we need horns.
Yes, let's
Where
go.
are the horns? All right. Michelle is saying CJ taught a masterclass in one session. She needs a syllabus, please. I go outdoors for the best lighting.
Yeah, outdoors, great lighting. And usually around like the sunset, right before the sunset. If you guys don't know this, that's when they take a lot of wedding photos. The same.
Ooh, look at you, Mr. Lighting himself. Video.
Hey, you know, I learned that from Juma. Come on, I learned that from Juma.
You did. Look at you, Juma. Juma's getting. Shout out to Juma, who is giving lessons still. Oh, I remember that top 7 as well too. All right, so I'm excited to bring Michelle Singh to the stage.
Michelle is in the building.
How are you? How are things? How's everything with you?
Hello. Good evening. I am here in my bed still. It's been a week, so CJ was great in being flexible with me this week. I had surgery on Monday, so I am recovering. So I'm good. Mm-hmm.
Oh man, speedy recovery, Michelle, and thank you for showing up. We really appreciate that. You know, thank you for doing the work. I know that's a lot. So thank you. We really appreciate your dedication. So what was it like working with CJ?
Working with CJ was great. Like he really showed me that engagement piece in social media was not as stressful as I, initially thought, because when you think about, posting on social media, the way you see people post, you're like, man, how do they have time to post all of those things every single day or several times a day and create all that content and all those stories and all of this? I'm like, how can I find time to do that as well as do the CEO stuff of my business, right? And so we were able to kind of break down, what to do on each platform. Right. CJ, we talked about Instagram a lot, and we talked about some strategies that I could implement on Instagram. We talked about what I could do on Facebook and Twitter. He even got me on the TikTok train. So TikTok is in the future. I'm going to be creating an account for the business on TikTok. And so we just talked about how I could, leverage those different platforms, but still repurpose some of the content that I'm doing on, like, let's say my Facebook lives. I can get some clips from the lives that I'm doing and put those as reels. And then even on the Instagram, like to increase my followers, using that invite collaborator button, which I did not know existed, right? To connect my pages, because one of the things that we've talked about before was, I have a professional page and I have the business page. How do I bridge the two? Like, how do I get people from there over here? Right. And so that invite collaborator piece was key in our conversation to kind of bridging that gap there.
I
so
love
those
that.
are some of the few things we talked about. We talked about some apps. I started playing with some of the apps. I created my first in-story. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool.
What'd you think about in-stories? What do you think?
It's easy. I like it. I like it a lot.
We got some apps. CJ, you got some apps. So Michelle, you know what? I was so excited, and you just jumped in and started talking and telling us about it. And you know what? Tell people who you are and what's your business, please. I'm like, oh my God, I'm sitting here like, what did I do? But it was good stuff. I was just excited. So Let the people know who you are, what your business
No problem.
idea.
Hello, everybody. My name is Michelle Singh. I'm a school achievement strategist, and I help schools improve student achievement. The work that we do with educators in the K-12 educational space helps them to bridge cultural gaps with their students and build quality relationships.
Oh, that talk track is getting tighter. The talk track is like tighter and tighter every week. Every week it is tighter and tighter. All right, CJ. So let's talk about the apps. What did you do? What did you do with Michelle? And because now this one is different too, right? This is professional development. It's a service-based business. You know, it's a little bit. Every business is so different.
Yes, so different. And that's why I started with the 3 questions for her. So I said, give me 3 roadblocks. She said to me, content development. So we got into the apps. She talked about being in front of the camera, and she talked about the growth and like getting people over from the professional page to this page. So the collaborator feature that she was talking about on Instagram, being able to connect the 2 posts, the 1 post on 2 pages, so people can see that she has both. People are going to trickle over time. And as far as the apps, we talked about, of course, you know, what's our favorite? InShot, right? We talked about having Canva, but we talked about also using Canva because if I believe it or not, Michelle, remember, we had talked a lot of flyers, right? A lot of flyers that I was saying, hey, go into Canva, click on the words, and let's animate some of those words. Let's animate some of those graphics so they are videos. You know, just to kind of capture people's attention more. There's still a flyer. It still serves the same purpose. They just move. It's just another way to grab people in. And then also the InStories. InStories is an app that allows you to create these real professional looking Instagram stories that are really branded. And it's some, you can do it in Canva, but when I tell you InStories is different and it's just like really, really nice. Like Michelle will tell you, she says it's really cool. So
yeah, I'm like, write it down. So, all right. So we're getting some good feedback here. Carly is like, she's loving the information. Akil is like, what was that app again? So it's either InStories or InShot. InShot is the video app, and InStories allows you to create those cool stories. CJ, I start thinking about those commercials we talked about, how you could use your stories as commercials. Yes. The Stories app, something like that, where you could create a nice commercials for your story.
Yes. If you remember, it was probably like when we first started the show, I was playing around with stories and that stuff was playing with stories for the top 7. It's the same app that's in Stories, and you can have pictures, graphics, theme music. Trust me, it's really, really good for our promos and your stories.
Oh my goodness. Aloma is saying she loves the mission statement for each of these businesses. Love that. Michelle's passion comes through even when she's
Michelle.
No. CJ has me in my dry erase board again. CJ always putting people to work. But so much good information, and how easy is it to create that content? And sometimes content becomes a roadblock for us, right? And you know what? Michelle is on a mission, because I told Michelle she shouldn't be creating any new content. She also has like a plethora of videos on the YouTube over there. So, okay, so she's moving to the TikTok. She has professional development videos. She has, you know, presentations she's done. So she is almost like, hey, no more content, repurpose.
Yes.
Yeah. Like I feel like now, I have the tools and I have a strategy to break down what I currently have, like to actually now, okay, I can look at this video of this session that I did and I can pull, you know, this part and use this app. Like we talked about the app that breaks up the sound and does the captions. So I'm like, now I have the tools to help me do this, because I'm like, you know, one of the things I stressed about was, man, I have so much, I don't even know where to start. But having this strategy and having the tools and knowing what the tools can do is making it easier for me to see, oh, okay, I could use this for this, or I could use this for this. Or, you know, when I go on Instagram, this is what I'm going to, you know, this is my goal. You know, I have to do 15-second reels or videos under 60 seconds or guides, because we talked about guides as well, which I did not know about Instagram guides.
DJ is like the guide police. He's like Instagram. He's like an Instagram cop across the board. But yeah, guys are great.
Yeah. And then, you know, just cross promoting in like my Instagram page or in between the other apps, my other pages as well. So I feel like, you know, I have an engagement strategy now, a social media engagement strategy. And I also tie it into what we talked about last week with the SEO and my approach with the blogs, like I can see how those two now connect, because now I have, you know, the brief content that could then lead to the bigger content, which would be the blog, where they can go to get more information and have more engagement on like my website or, you know, wherever else. So
Oh, Michelle, sounds so good. Let me pop up your URL for those that want to check it out. Go check out Michelle's website, www.lctelearning.com. Go to the website, check it out. Michelle, this was good stuff. I'm excited. So, you know, the house keeps we're past the foundation now. We're in content creation, right? So it's like every week we add another pillar. And how are you feeling? Are you overwhelmed, or are you in a space?
No, like I'm not overwhelmed, because every week gives me some, you know, like we've been talking about, it gives me some building block to add to, you know, to this house that we're building. And it's more support, it's more strategy. So it's helping to keep that foundation strong, or make that foundation strong. So I don't feel overwhelmed. Yes, it is a lot, because when you think of all of the different pieces and the moving parts that go into just this social media world, but it makes it, you know, you don't have to do everything. Like I don't have to do everything SEO. I can focus on the blogs this time. I don't have to do every single social media platform. Maybe, you know, for these few months, I focus on my Instagram, and then once I get a handle on that, then I move on to TikTok. You know, so it allows me to you know, to break things down and come up with a strategy to approach it in a practical way.
That sounds like you've been around Tamara.
All day long. I love that. I love the confidence. I love that you're not overwhelmed. I love that it's all kind of making sense now, and it's all kind of coming together. And you're like, hey, I can start with Instagram and I can get to TikTok, but I understand the strategy. You also understand how to better repurpose that content as well. So having that great content gives you this opportunity. And you have a content plan. You have a content plan or a posting plan as well?
Yes, I actually do. We talked about that, CJ, and I actually have like blog topics that I've developed for, you know, my methodology in my business. It's the 5 pillars. So I created topics for each of the 5 pillars to last for a whole year, and I have subtopics for those. So I'm gonna be pulling, you know, content to tie into those subtopics for my 1-year social media plan. So I kind of have like that foundation. I just need to fill it in with by repurposing what I already have, right? So I don't have to create more content.
And I believe this starts on June 1st.
You see, he wrote that down. And
he's like, and I wrote it on the piece of paper.
He did. Yes. Tamara and I also talked about restructuring what I was going to do with my live series. So I changed that from like a 30-day live to a series that's going to be weekly. And so I'm going to be starting that June 7th. And so we'll start, you know, the social media for that June 1st.
Oh my God. So now we have posts and a weekly live, which gives you a lot more content, right? So now that's a lot. That's good stuff. That's good stuff, because now you can roll it all in, and you have a strategy that goes through and talks about your goals and talks about what you want to draw people in. So it's going to be that attracting content, and you're going to start pulling people in, and then you're going to see, hey, this is performing best. Let me take this, put this on LinkedIn. Maybe I throw this on TikTok. Maybe I throw it on Pinterest and add a pin. Maybe I put it on YouTube, because that's what you get to do, right? You get to really pick that content apart. And I know CJ talked about it. Come on, I'll listen to it. I'll listen to you.
You already know. And there's one other thing we said that she committed to, and that was spending a few minutes of Instagram every day, engaging, being social.
Yeah, we did. We talked about going on pages of people who may have liked some messages on previous pages and just kind of commenting and liking them, you know, liking their stuff, so that they could see that, hey, it is a real person on this page.
Right.
And, you know, they could come back and like my page as well. But yeah, I have been, you know, thinking of that strategy, because June 1st is coming up real soon. You know, I thought about, you know, like when I do my lives, I don't want them to be very long, because, you know, I know my target audience. I know they need quick, here's what you need to do. Like, these are the tips, right? Like, I know my target. And so my lives are going to be pretty short, but I still want them to have rich content. So what I was going to do was with the lives, do the lives with the quick content, but expand it in the blogs and send them to my blog after the live, right? And so that's where, like, so that's how the weekly blogs would come through with, you know, to accompany the weekly lives.
I love that. So that's content redistribution as well too, and moving that short form content into long form content. So if people are interested, and they will go over to read, especially if you've given great value in the short form content of the live. So the strategy is coming together really.
And the good thing is, like, I have already done the work to create the content. Like, I have the content sitting there.
She's content rich.
She is content rich. I'll be honest. She had it, and I was looking at her flyers, and I was like, I asked her, I said, "Who's doing your flyers? These are really good. Like, they were really good flyers." Now she just touch up everything. Man, it's just I'm excited to see this.
Yeah, Michelle's content rich. You know, she's out here in these digital streets, content rich. You know, content is king or queen, or, well, whatever. Depends on what you're into. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So being content rich is a big deal.
Depends on what you're into. Oh my God.
I mean, and like, come on, we're keeping it PC over here. All right. So Chef is laughing. She's having a good time. Well, Michelle, thank you for joining us. I hope you feel better soon.
Yes, for sure.
Next week, again, you know, it's going to be crazy next week, but we'll keep it moving. Next week, I think next week is public relations with Carla. Carla's been in the building today. So that's going to be another level, another layer, all this content, digital marketing plan, all these things really start coming together. And I mean, I can't wait to see the results start trickling in for you.
All right. Thank you. And great to see you, CJ. We didn't see each other on Monday.
I know. Yeah, but look, she was still locked in. I'm glad you're just feeling better, okay?
Thank
you. Take care, Michelle. All right. Bye. Man, CJ, you made an impact.
Hey, we do what we do. You know what I mean? We do what we do.
You come through and you're like, bow, 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 bow.
I need to record that sound. We're going to use that sound.
I don't even understand why I'm making these weird noises, but you know, when I get excited, you know what happens. All right, so we're going to bring Kimnique to the stage. Namaste, Kimnique.
Namaste.
How are you, Kimnique?
I'm well.
Introduce yourself. Tell the people who you are. Tell them about your brand.
Well, I'm Kimnique, and I am the founder of Raise a Vibration, and I am. Oh gosh, I feel choked up now. Let me start from the beginning. All right, my name is Kimnique, and I'm the founder of Raise a Vibration, which is a holistic website for uplifting the mind, body, and soul. And on my website, I have really great tools for meditation or for rituals, and that includes things like sage sticks, which is also known as smudge sticks. I have candles, I have mala beads, I have crystals, so I have a variety of things, and it's great for anyone who's into working on manifesting or increasing their meditation practice. And I also have content there as well, so if you need any advice or tips on how to do those things, I also have that on my website. So.
Houses as well. She has mala beads. Oh, I love it.
And look at the rays of sunshine coming behind her. The rays of sunshine.
Right? Where are you that is sunny still? Like 8 o'clock.
I know, that's what I love, the spring and the summer, because we get longer days, you know?
Right. So Kimnique, talk about what it was like to work with CJ, because I see you posting, girl.
That's what it was like. And
today I was like, Mercury's in retrograde. I was like, what? Raise a Vibration is telling me exactly what I need to know.
Oh, that's it. That's even more motivation, because that's what Raise a Vibration is supposed to do, is like keeping you tapped into what's going on in the cosmos, and also just keeping your vibration high. So it's a combination of those things. And what I got from meeting with CJ is more confidence and more clarity in how to actually execute the social media plan because I'm not naturally active on social media. But now I felt like I just realized that it's not so hard because he kind of gave me like how to create a schedule and stick to that schedule, and that works for me. So like on each day I'm going to have a particular topic, and every week that topic will occur on every Monday. So it'll be a message of the day every Monday, or Wednesday I will have an affirmation. Friday I'm going to post something about one of my products, and just keep a consistent pattern. So that's what I actually loved about it, because it helped. It was something that was kind of like, wow, why didn't I think of this? Like, this is a no-brainer. But having someone help you put everything
Why we have the experts, Kim? That's
I know.
He's like, why didn't I think
It's like it's like this is this makes sense, but it does help a lot to have someone that was just have that expertise, have his expertise on how to like go through all of that clog in my head and just become more confident and see that posting on social media doesn't have to be that difficult. You just need to have a consistent plan and lay it out. Like, and it made sense the way that he broke it down. So I was struggling with that. And it was, now I'm posting. I was like, I'm going to make this schedule before Thursday. I told him that. I told you that, right?
You did.
And I'm doing it. So
you are doing it. I see you. So CJ, what did you think about Kimnique's brand? What did you think about Raise a Vibration?
So I thought it was really, really unique. And, one of the things is, again, I'll start with, the things we talked about as roadblocks at the beginning. She just mentioned it. One of the things she talked about was maybe a roadblock was overthinking it, thinking it was too hard, not knowing the direction. So that was one thing that I think, having that content strategy built out. So, I said, okay, cool. What are the goals? What are the things we want to talk about? What do we want people to take away from your brand? And that's where we come up. Okay, why don't we talk about this on Monday? Why don't we talk about this on Thursday? So we build it out from there. Second thing, we talked about building a community, right? Mm-hmm. So building a community is, getting, I was like, man, when I was looking at her posts, I could tell when she did post, there was a lot of engagement. I was like, the community is there, and people want to hear what you have to say. And then when you talk about certain things, especially was the affirmations, the one, which one was it where you get all the extra comments?
Like astrology or like anything to do with the zodiac seems to like really get.
Yeah, it really pops. So let's lean into that, right? Because there's people, when you get that type of stuff, people are going to share it in the community. And when you're consistent, the community is going to expect it. They're going to look for it. They're going to share it. It's going to become a thing for them. Just like you have a pattern, they're posting every Wednesday. That mm-hmm. same thing, they're going to start sharing it every Wednesday. I guarantee that's what's going to happen. But that's just, we talked about that as well. And then another thing, video editing. I want to know what she thinks about video editing after, because she was like, oh, it's video editing.
I know.
Tell me what you think now.
Now I feel, well, first it was a roadblock for me, like honestly, because I'm not into video editing at all, have no experience. And he recommended that I download this app called InShot. And also he even showed me how I could use Instagram to create reels and make video editing even easier, because even in Instagram, there's different techniques and tools I can use. So it became easier, for me to really do it. So I feel more confident and I'm ready to like work on the videos and be able to put cool little features in there too. Cause
I showed her how to do the magic, the Doctor Strange magic hand. I literally showed her, we dialed in, I showed my screen and walked through it step by step. So she got the whole thing. She got the VIP.
Yes. And by the way, I love Doctor Strange. That's such a great example of the ethereal realm. So you doing that was like, what? Like that was just right on cue.
Trust me, I know what I'm doing here. Like
he does know what I swear he knows what he's doing.
Right.
He's like, I know what I'm doing. building a camp. And Michelle is saying that content rich was a t-shirt as well.
Oh, I like that. I'm gonna have to get that content rich.
Building a community, Akil is saying. I'm like, what was he saying before? Yeah, building a community is important. And Kim, I love that. I love that you're already seeing engagement with these posts, and CJ was able to pick up on trends. And so were you able to leverage the content pillars that we pulled together to kind of start building that content, right? So kind of
Yes, definitely. It made it so much easier. Like when that's why I was able to come up with a schedule pretty quickly. Once he gave me those tips on how to structure out my content when I'm posting, I was able to go back to those pillars and look at it and say, okay, well, I can fit this in here, I can fit this
Right.
in here. And
Right.
it wasn't hard. It just flowed so much. So it's like everything's just building on top. Like everything is just, I just feel so enriched. This whole experience. I don't think I could have ever done this at all. Like it would have been a hot mess. So I'm really grateful for the way everything. It's just perfect. Like everything's just lining up perfectly. So this is just amazing. And
Oh,
I feel so much more confident. I really do. You guys have no idea. I feel so much
oh, you sound confident. We love that. You sound confident. You're saying all the things. You sound like a marketer more and more, right? Each time you're like, hey, now you're a video editor. What about the TikTok? We didn't talk about the TikTok.
Well, so right now I'm going to be focusing more on my Instagram and get that really, really under my sleeves. And I'll definitely, since I'm learning the video content or, doing the video, once I really get that really tight grip on it, then I'm going to post on TikTok. Like I'll put my videos in different places. So first I just need to like make sure that I'm, confident with the tools. And since I just learned it this week, I need a little more time to just, implement it. And hopefully in the next week or two, it looks very simple, but it's still like a little learning curve. I have to watch some videos and just kind of get more better at it. But
Sure, absolutely.
And it's like we talk about with TikTok, it doesn't always have to be specifically something made on TikTok, but once she gets this flow going, she'll be able to repurpose that stuff. The reels that she may post that first month, after the second, third month, she might be able to just bring those reels right over to TikTok, so it's not like the content goes bad. So that's why it's like, okay, let's get this flow first. But with TikTok, as you know, if you get stuck or anything, just let me know. Just DM me. We got you.
I feel okay. I know y'all got me. I know.
Kimnique, this sounded like it was good. It sounded like you had a good time. I know CJ brings the business. He is the content creator of all content creators. So I was excited to have him. I'm always excited to have him do the show. So this was really good. So are you feeling good?
Yes, I am. I definitely am.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next week.
Hotep. That's peace in Egyptian. Hotep.
All right. Give thanks, Kimnique. Take it easy. Bye. I see Jamie's back. Let's bring her back. Jamie, how are you?
How are you? I am so sorry.
That's okay. You know what? You came back. We pulled through. We talked about it. And we are glad that you were able to come back. But we got it. We're good. CJ said so many great things. And so now
I'm going to have to go back and listen to it.
Yes. But now the pressure is on you. The pressure is on you to create the content. And you have a schedule. He talked about your schedule. So.
Yeah, so I have a schedule. I didn't get the templates done that he had assigned me yet, but I did get 2 reels done. I edited my first video. It's my biggest challenge, I think, some days when it comes to content creation is just being more precise and less wordy. I tend to over explain, and I did a video this morning and it was 7 minutes long and I was able to cut it down to 1 minute, and I posted it, and we'll see how it does. And if it doesn't do anything, that's fine. And what's really funny about it, I was in my husband's car. So I'm in my van. And so if I do a video away from the house, I like this angle. My husband's car is sat lower. So if you know, as a woman, when the camera's coming down on you, you look a little fleshier. So I was done with the video and I looked at it and I was like, I thought for a second, was I really happy with how I looked? And I'm like, you know what though? This is not a dating app. I'm not here to impress people by the way I look. I'm here to share my knowledge and my passion. And if they miss that by looking at my face because it's a little, different than I would prefer it to look, then that's their loss, really. So it was just an encouragement. Like, it's my message. It's not my face. My face is there because I am part of my message, but it was overcoming the vanity thing too.
Right.
I think we all get stuck on that.
100%,
At least
100%.
women. I can't speak for men.
No, absolutely. I absolutely agree with you. But I love that you kind of just pushed past it and got the content there. And to move something from 7 minutes to 1 minute is phenomenal.
Yeah.
So we really, really love that. And it sounds like you got a lot out of this working with CJ. And you
Oh,
have great content. What you're putting out there is good. So I can't wait to see it kind of built into that bite-sized bit of content that people are going to use it and they're going to love it. And I think the other thing is if no one watches the first time, it's a consistency thing that CJ always talks about, right? Keep doing
Yeah.
it. You'll build that community.
And once it's created, it's done. It's out there.
100%.
And I can repurpose it. So each day that if I just do one thing each day, which I tell myself all the time, it's still hard to do, but just doing one thing each day, it builds on each other, and the confidence builds too. I was listening to both the girls just talk now, and it is true that confidence rolls. So it took me 3 hours yesterday for my reel, and that was like a 29-second reel, and it took me an hour and a half today for a 1 minute reel from what I ended up posting for the end of it. And so I was just gaining a little bit more confidence and practice and understanding the different platforms, understanding the different tools, how to utilize them. And I have a feeling I'm going to be hitting Apple Store tomorrow. looking at
Says
a
she
new
needs a new
device.
phone.
Huh?
You need a new
What's
phone,
that?
huh?
No, the phone is great. I either need new eyes or a bigger screen. So I'm looking at like the iPad Pro, something
Gotcha.
a little bit larger that's 1-in-1, because I have an iPhone and I have or just a regular PC. So I find myself like having to run back and forth for different things, and then loading, downloading, transferring files instead of an all-in-one stop shop. So maybe that would be great content moving forward about, the ideal equipment, technology to master your marketing plan.
Right.
Yeah, I would say,
It is an investment, but it's something to work towards.
Right.
The one thing I just want to throw in there is though, like you definitely when we talked about having the different topics that you're talking about in your reels, you want to have them and think of it when you're writing it, either you're writing them down, maybe something like that, maybe that'll help so you don't go on too long. Maybe say, hey, I'm going to put my points in like 5 or 6 sentences. Just get the points on paper, and then if it's longer than the paragraph, it's too long.
Yeah.
It's too long. It has to be in a paragraph form. Like I'm going to hit them, boom, boom, boom. And remember, you don't have to give them everything at once. You just want to give them a little teaser so they come back tomorrow.
Absolutely.
So, and it's okay if there's a part 1 to 10. It's okay because you're going to be posting content forever. Forever. So it's a little bit.
Oh my goodness.
No pressure.
Jamie, you got some comments in the chat. Did the wasp win, Jamie? I don't know. Chef is asking about a wasp.
Oh my gosh. So there is a part 2 to that. When I got to my destination after I did how she's talking about what I did today, the video that I had posted. So it was how to use a non-toxic way to deal with a wasp sting. So the wasp won because he lived. And not only did he live, but I unknowingly transported him across town. He had built a nest in the inside of the door of the vehicle I was driving today.
Oh, wow.
A wasp nest. So when I got to where I was going and I got to get my computer out, he flew back out at me. And I'm like, why are you with me? You told me to leave you alone. I have no problem with you. So he tried to sting me again, but I survived that time. But his nest was left behind, and he's been moved to another
location. And Aloma loved the fact that you said it's not a dating app.
I mean, it is for some people. But
well, it might be. It's not. I'm not.
It's not.
I've already got a guy. He's enough.
Yeah, you're like, we're good. Jamie, well, I'm so glad you came back. We loved it. Thank you so much. The wasps, thank you for moving it to another location. Home this out. Maybe he'll be able to build another home. We look forward to next week. Next week is public relations. So you guys are working with Carla. Can't wait to have her in the building. So this was awesome. Thank you so much, Jamie. Take care.
Thanks for making time for me. Have a great night.
Definitely.
Bye.
All right, CJ. So, we got to do the recap because it wouldn't be the top 7 if we did not pull the recap. All right. So I'm going to pop it up and jump in.
Yeah. So the top 7 today, we talked about number 1, being social on social media. Be social. Don't just post and go. Be social. Build your community. Talk to people. Interact. Make sure that you are not just on your platform all the time. Go out and see what else is going on within the communities, within your fan base, within other fan bases, and more importantly, within your niche. Not only because you're going to bring in new people, but just because it's always good to be social and know what else is going on within the industries that you're working in. Number 2, spend less time thinking and more time creating. It's one of those things, like I said, you don't want to overthink things. You don't want to feel like you have to make things perfect. You don't want to feel like you're spending a month to plan out a 1-week strategy. No, it's more about the work you're putting into the posting. That's what's going to get you better at it. That's what's going to make you, more of an expert and more comfortable, is actually creating, not spending more time thinking about it. That's not going to make you more comfortable. It's only with the practice that you're going to get comfortable. Number 3, short form is better because it's more popular and it's easy to make. So what I mean by that is 10 to 15 second reels, 30-second reels. They're real easy to make. A lot easier than the longer form content of 1 minute and longer than that, right? Because you say, hey, I'm going to make a quick, either a reel based on a skit, a lip sync or something like that. Or it could just be you going up there saying, hey, here are the top 3 reasons you should buy my product. Here's, something funny. Here's 3 reasons of something, blah, 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 blah. Say what you guys say and move, because people short attention spans is actually going to do better than long. Number 4, more video content. Don't just post picture after picture after picture, flyer after flyer after flyer. Make sure you mix in things that are animated. If you are going to use flyers, make sure the word's animated. Do things that are going to capture people's attention and not just because usually most of the time they're scrolling really fast. You got to do something to get their attention for that first second and hold them a little bit longer. Animate those videos. Animate those, and I should say flyers, and less still pictures when possible. More videos going to do better. Number 5, use the free editing tools available on Instagram and TikTok. You don't have to pay for video editing tools. You can do amazing stuff with green screens. You don't even have to buy a physical green screen. You can use green screens on Instagram, TikTok. You can use all kinds of filters, graphics. It's just amazing what is available out there for free on these platforms. Utilize them. Number 6, batch your content. Make sure that you have content, not only that you have to, post day to day, you have to make them day to day, I should say. You want to have a batch of things. So, for example, if you go on that family vacation, you go away for a month, something, God forbid, bad happens, that hit by the bus plan we always talk about, your business, your content, your marketing can still go on, and someone else can take that over, and it takes that pressure off of you. Because if you want to put something in that's random here and there, and you want to make something on the fly, cool. But the pressure to do so is gone. Number 7 is one of the most important things that I could say. Again, social media is an extension of your business. It is not just posting for sales, posting for awareness. It is also an extension. So meaning like there's customer service aspects to it. There's PR aspects to it. When people review your business and profile, the first thing they're going to do is social media. I'll tell you, me, for example, I know most of my friends, oh, what's your Instagram? What's your Instagram? They're going to go there. They're going to see how active you are, what people are saying about you, and how you interact with your audience. It is an extension of their business. And also think about it. If somebody makes a post in there and asks you a question, it shouldn't take a week for them to get a reply. That's an extension of your customer service and your business. So think of it more than just social media.
Woo! Top 7 at 7 p.m.
Woo!
You made it, CJ. This was killer. The businesses got so much from you. The content creation king out here in these streets creating content. CJ, tell the people who you are, where they can connect with you.
Yes, I am Fit with CJ on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Pinterest. And no, even though you hear my name was Fit with CJ, I am not a personal trainer, but I'm your favorite personal trainer, favorite content creator, and digital marketer. I had to do it one time for the people. There you go.
I felt like, I feel like we need to do a duet with that one.
Yeah, we should totally do a duet with that.
I love it. I love it. I love it. It was so good to have you. I mean,
Yeah, it was so fun. Thanks to Trudy Ann. She said it was great. Thank you. Appreciate that.
now Aki was like, nah, that was good. It's like a little bit of hip hop there. CJ, it is always a pleasure to connect with you, to be on stage with you, to share any screen with you. So thank you so much for being here. The business is appreciated. I appreciate it. My team appreciates
Oh,
it.
you already know the top 7-7. Listen, I'm exhausted. I'm on the road. It didn't matter. I was gonna be here. Period. No matter for the top 7-7 family, always.
Good, thanks. Have a good one, CJ. Take care. Take it easy. Oh, guys, this was good stuff. Did you have fun? If you had fun, drop it in the chat. Drop some torpedoes in the chat. Let us know that you had fun. Today was really, really, really good. I had such a good time. I have a good time for each and every show, but CJ brings a different energy, a different vibe completely. He is the content creation king. He will tell you how to create content. And what I love about today is that he gave these businesses practical solutions, things they could implement right away, right? If you were listening, he gave you things you could implement right away in shots, in stories. Check those out. You can create your own commercials. You can create your own really quick stories. You do not need to be a video editor. You heard Kim talk about it. She's like, I don't know how to edit videos, but she's doing it now. You heard Michelle talk about how she's able to really formulate her content in a different way. She has content to last a year. Okay. It is just ridiculous. So you too can do this. Oh man. Michelle is saying great show. Trudy Ann is giving us some celebration. Akil is giving us some fire and some applause. We love all of that. Guys, we have come to the end of the show, and I am Tamara Moulawi. I'm always excited to be here with you as we help these small businesses navigate the digital landscape. We recognize that it is crazy out there, right? There are a lot of channels and a lot of platforms. We're doing this boot camp to make sure that these businesses understand how to use digital and digital marketing to achieve their business goals. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure and subscribe. If you know a business owner, you want to share this with them, you want to let them know about this, we give these businesses every expert they need in order to really pull together a strategic digital marketing plan, implement that digital marketing plan, and drive results, because that's what we're about at Monovan Digital. It's really driving results for small businesses. Again, I'm Tamara Moulawi, super excited to always be here with you guys. Thank you so much for spending time with us. Have a good